Welcome back, guys. We're back at the Bettor's Edge, coming off the back of a Game 1 victory with the Los Angeles Dodgers to start our NLCS play. We're back with Game 2 for today with a very limited slate of action. But before we get started, guys, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get straight into it. What a game we had last night. First, let's start with that Max Muncy grand slam, ground ball, double play. I've never seen anything like that in the sport of baseball. What a wild play that was. And if I'm being genuine with you, I thought for sure that play was going to cost the Dodgers Game 1. I talked about it in my video yesterday about how the Dodgers had too much depth in their pitching staff to be beaten by this Brewers team 4 times in 7 games. And I didn't want this series to start on a negative note with the grand slam, ground ball, double play, whatever you want to call it, that would cost us Game 1. As I talked about yesterday, if we ended up losing Game 1, I wasn't going to be too concerned because I still thought the Dodgers would end up winning the series. But, of course, you want to get out of the gates quickly, and the Dodgers did just that. And as I mentioned, they used 6 pitchers yesterday. Sasaki didn't have it in the 9th. They had to pull him and bring in Trinan. Trinan tried to give the game away also. He tried to hit the Brewers batter in the bottom of the 9th with the bases loaded, which would end up tying the game, and they end up striking him out on the very next pitch. Anyways, with a 1-0 series lead, we go into Game 2 tonight. Tonight we got the Dodgers on the road as a short favorite with Yamamoto on the mound against the Milwaukee Brewers' best pitcher. Yamamoto is laying 120. The total on this game is anywhere. You can find it at 7, maybe 7.5 at some other shops. This is obviously a must-win situation for the Milwaukee Brewers. The Milwaukee Brewers are in a spot right now where they're down 1-0 in this series. They're at home, and they run the risk of going to LA down 2-0 if they don't win today. It's an interesting game, mainly because really neither one of these teams are playing great baseball at the moment, and neither one of these teams are playing their best. It seems as if the Los Angeles Dodgers right now just can't hit. I don't know exactly what their team batting average is in the postseason, but I'd be shocked if it's anywhere above 210 as a collective unit. It's probably below that. This team right now just isn't batting. And even when they hit grand slams, if you will, they turn out to be ground ball double plays, however you want to score that crazy play from last night. Coming into tonight with Yamamoto on the mound at -120, I just think, even though I know how important this game is for the Brewers, I just think the Dodgers are going to find a way to win this game tonight and get out of Milwaukee with a 2-0 series lead. The experience on that side showed a little bit yesterday. The depth on that side showed yesterday in their pitching staff. As I mentioned, the bats haven't really gotten going yesterday. Freddie had a huge night last night. I don't like the Dodgers personally. I'm obviously betting on them, and I want them to win. But from a fan perspective, I'm not a fan of the Dodgers. Freddie is my favorite player on that team. He's probably, if you ask me, he's probably the most underrated superstar in Major League Baseball. And I'll talk about that on a different day. But he's such a good baseball player. He does everything incredibly well. He showed up yesterday in a big way. They ended up winning this game yesterday mainly because of him. And the depth in this lineup, even though they haven't performed very well throughout this postseason, you can just count on somebody to show up. It might not be multiple people, but somebody's going to show up today. And I just get the feeling from a price perspective, you're getting the Dodgers at a fair price for them to win this game. And they're obviously the better team between the two teams. If you can get the Dodgers on the road at -120, and I understand the situation with the Brewers being at a must-win situation, which is going to bring the price down just a little bit, I just think the Dodgers are too much. And this is why I hammered them yesterday at -200 to win this series. You're now looking at, I think the Dodgers -450 or 500 in general to to win this series for the series price. This is why I hopped on it earlier. The Brewers, in my opinion, just don't have enough to beat the Dodgers 4 times out of 7 games. So for this game in particular, for Game 2, it's not an official bet just yet. It's just the lean. You can follow me on X, like I talk about every day, at Bettor's Edge TV. And if I officially make a bet on this game, it will be on the Dodgers money line -120. My private jet's coming, so you'll have to excuse me. It's coming to pick me up. I got to get out of here in just a moment. But in addition to the Dodgers, and I know the lineups on both these teams haven't really been performing all that well, I also lean to the over 7 in this game. I know Peralta and Yamamoto are very good pitchers in their own right, but neither one of them is pitching all that great right now. Yamamoto got rocked last game. Peralta got rocked last game. I think 7 as a total, even 7.5. If you can find 7, obviously I prefer 7, is just too low for both of these pitchers in this spot. So my official leans for this game, Game 2, and if you ask me to pick one between the two, which one I like more, I like the Dodgers money line -120 the most, and then I like the over 7 secondary. I do want to talk a little bit about a player prop, which I don't get into very often. A player prop that I like for tonight is Peralta outs under 14.5. Now, bear with me while I explain this to you because it's going to be a little bit tricky to explain. This is a must-win scenario, obviously, for the Brewers. The counter side to that is he is their ace. There is no other pitcher in their starting rotation anywhere close to his level. So there's one argument that you can make that he's going to be on a short leash because of the situation. Because if the Brewers lose today, as I mentioned, the series is all but over. You can't get out of Milwaukee down 0-2, go to LA, and expect to win this series. Of course, anything is possible, but you want to avoid that at all costs if you're the manager of the Milwaukee Brewers. So that, in that regard, it tells me he's going to be on a short leash. But at the same time, as I just mentioned, he's their ace. If they can't rely on him, who are they going to rely on? So there's a counter argument that you can make that he's going to be given a little bit of a longer leash. So I don't love this play a ton, but something tells me that the bats in LA are going to wake up today just a little bit. You're going to see a little bit more offensive potency from the Dodgers that we're accustomed to seeing that we haven't seen lately. And that Peralta is only going to go maybe 4 innings, 4 1/3 at most. His outs props right now is set at 14.5. So he's going to have to go 5 innings in order to go over that. And if I'm being realistic with you, looking at his start history this season, he's going on average anywhere between 5 and 6 innings. So this isn't a pitcher that goes very deep very often. He's a wild pitcher. He doesn't exactly attack the strike zone consistently. So on the high end, on average, you're looking at a guy that only pitches 5 to 6 innings. And that's with no stress. That's with no season on the line. When you factor in the situation today, he's probably not going to get 6 innings. So you're looking at, on a low end, of course anything can happen, but realistically on a low end, around 4 innings or so. And on a high end, probably about 5 and 5 1/3. So this is a very, very tight line. There's not a ton of margin here and a lot of edge here on either side. But I think he's going to exit this game somewhere in the 4th inning, and he's not going to go over that outs prop. So give me the under on that outs prop. And to tie this all together, let's throw a little bit of a parlay out there for you guys for this Tuesday afternoon where we don't have a ton of action going on. The official parlay for today is going to be the Dodgers on the money line, the over 7 runs in that game, and the under 14.5 outs for Peralta pitching for the Milwaukee Brewers. Guys, like the video, subscribe to my channel. As I mentioned every single day, I'm out here every day providing you guys with my insight, my knowledge, my expertise. I'm giving you guys winners. The Dodgers NLCS series winner is off to a great start. We're up 1-0. We got a chance to get out of Milwaukee today, up 2-0. We got this price at minus 200. I told you guys yesterday it was a great price for us. The true price, in my opinion, to start this series was more than 250. We got him at 200. Now we're looking at minus 450. If we win this game today, we're upwards of minus 1,000 to win this series, and our ticket is at minus 200. That's the type of edge that you're getting by watching these videos with me, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll get back to you tomorrow with more winners. Let's cash. Let's beat the books.